Get ready, folks, for the tripped out Thursday edition of Snowman in the Morning. I usually have a funny opening, but the guys aren't here yet. Oh well, they'll get here soon. Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah! Here goes my voice again. Good morning. Welcome to the tripped out Thursday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Snowman here, flying solo for the moment. I expect the boys will be on their way. The big dog, Shane Lake, will be back with us next week. He had a death in the family, and we are all praying for him and his family, and we want to give him the proper time needed. He told us he would be back on Monday, which is great. First hour of today's show is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. All right. I'm going to get to something that's very personal to me, and it involves my lack of doing play-by-play. Last night I figured it out, and this is the story. Two reasons I haven't done as much play-by-play as I usually do. Three, actually. One, I'm trying to balance this and time with my wife and my family. Two, I see people covering the same games that I want to cover, so I had to find something else. And three, and I never thought I would admit this in 30 years, I've just been plain scared. I've done as many games as I thought I could here in studio, but Jason Joseph, a very, very dear friend, has always been one of my biggest cheerleaders outside of my family. He kept saying, you got to get back on air. You've got to get back on air. And I had planned to do it last night, which brings up another reason I haven't done as much play-by-play lately, my health. I am working very hard to get healthy again. with my legs and taking some weight off, because since I've beaten cancer, and I've had to deal with depression and anxiety and all of that, I put on some weight and I got to take it off. But that's been about it. I've just been, for the main reason, scared to do it. I'm not scared anymore. I don't care what games other people are covering, and I've got to keep that in mind. If there is something I plan to do or written down in my notebook, I'm going to put it on the calendar from this day forward, and I'm going to go with it. Which brings me to baseball. I am bringing back Monday Night Baseball. I didn't do it at all last year, because I had health problems and I had problems here in the studio with different equipment. But I am bringing back Monday Night Baseball. It'll come back the first week in April. And I'm also going to do something I only dreamed of doing, but I'm going to go ahead and throw my hat in the ring. I'm going to cover the White Sox. Now, yes, last year they had a historically bad season. And I've had friends tell me there's no way you can do 162 games. You're right. There's no way I can do 162 games. But the bulk of my single team baseball coverage will be split between the White Sox and the AL West Division champion Houston Astros. It's just a matter of me writing the schedule down, putting it together, and going with it. But I am going to do Monday Night Baseball. That will premiere the first week in April. And I'm also going to, like I said, cover the White Sox. I am just going to do what I did 30 years ago. Dive into the industry and go. And I figured all that out over the course of the past week. Now, I will bring up this programming note. Tomorrow, we will be on early. We will be on at 8 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow because I got to do some running with the wife. We're going to spend the day together. I'm going to wound care, and wound care on Fridays is pretty cool. I love the staff where I get my wounds taken care of. And hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I will ring that bell to signify my wounds have been healed. And if that happens, y'all will see it live. I promise you that. But yeah, I'm back into it. I'm back into my preparation because those who have known me over the course of 30 years, preparation for me is the biggest thing. And in essence, that's another reason why I haven't done so much play-by-play, because I haven't felt prepared. I have not felt prepared. I'm going to say it out loud again. I have not felt prepared. And with many of the projects that I'm going to pick back up this season and do it my way, it's something that I need to keep in mind, stay within, and just do this stuff. Just go ahead and do it. Because the longer I wait, the more time I waste not being able to do other things. So we're going to just put our hats in the ring, organize our schedule, and go. And that begins tonight with the women's first four. I missed last night because I was just plain tired. Let me be honest. I was just plain tired. I was sitting in front of this computer. I had all my notes ready, but I didn't get a nap. And if I don't get a nap, I am no good for the evening. So I'm going to make sure I get a nap today, get all my prep done when I sign off, and just be ready to go this evening. All right? I'll be ready to go at 6:30. But there's my story. That's Snowman's Take. What is yours? Coming up next, the first four cannot be overlooked anymore. The madness has begun, and it begins in earnest today. We'll look at the games on the men's bracket, and we'll give you a preview of the first four in the women's bracket during hour 2. Snowman in the Morning continues in a deuce.
morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Welcome back. Snowman is here with you. And, okay, I know what that is now. And Victor is on the way. Man, listen, I scoffed. I will admit this aloud, and I'm proud to admit this aloud. I scoffed at the first 4. I did when I'm like, what the hell are they doing? They're trying to get more people, more teams rather, a chance to play? What is that? Then I started watching it. Then I started seeing teams like VCU make a run for the roses. And I said, damn, maybe there's something to this after all. Well, after what I saw Tuesday night, it's confirmed with Alabama State's upset of St. Francis of Pennsylvania. All right, I won't scoff anymore. Here are the first 4 scores. And they go like this. You heard me say Alabama State. They kicked off the tournament with the upset over St. Francis on a beautiful baseball pass on the baseline. Amir Carr got the winning bucket. North Carolina shut up all the noise, and they pick up the 11 seed, and they will move on to the tournament. We'll tell you where they are in a moment. They thrashed San Diego State, a Final Four participant last year, 95-68. Then you have Mount St. Mary's defeated American University 83-72. And then the Texas Longhorns got beaten by Xavier 86-80. Let's go to Chicago. My buddy Victor Locke is now here with us. Good morning, my man.
Good morning, Snowman. How you doing?
I'm feeling great.
Good.
I'm feeling great. And I know you wanted to hear me say this, and I said it in the first segment. I'm getting back into doing my play-by-play here in studio and on the road.
Good.
Because I miss doing it, and being scared is no longer an excuse.
Trust me, I understand that feeling, man.
All right, let's figure out where these first 4 are going. Alabama State will play today in Lexington, Kentucky against the overall top seed in the Auburn Tigers.
Oh boy.
Yipe.
Yeah, that's a tall order to fill.
Very tall. But it was a tall order for them to get past St. Francis, and they did it on a baseball pass.
And yes, they did.
Auburn, I will say this. Auburn, beware.
Yeah. Do not take this team lightly.
No,
Please.
You cannot do that. Plays by CJ is here with us. What's going on, CJ? Glad to have you with us.
How's it going?
They all let's see. The first game of that bracket will be Louisville and Creighton. They get started at 12:15.
Okay.
The next games will go Yale and Texas A&M. We're in the South region.
Mm-hmm.
Texas A&M, I give you the same warning I give Auburn. Beware.
Yeah.
Beware of these Yale Bulldogs. North Carolina will play Ole Miss. And surprisingly, North Carolina is favored in this one.
Mm.
And I think most of us leaned Ole Miss, but now I may be regretting that.
Yeah, I think we kind of lean towards Ole Miss.
Yep. Now I may be regretting that move since they're playing North Carolina.
Yeah. Because UNC is one of those schools that doesn't play. But when they do, they play hard.
You know I'm a Tar Heel fan.
Yep, same here.
You know I have been a Tar Heel fan, even though my first ever favorite team was Georgetown. Why? Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing.
And why did I become a Tar Heels fan? Do I need to answer that question?
No, you do not. Because all you really have to say is, from North Carolina,
yeah, here
6'6", Michael Jordan. Yes, brother.
I hear Ray Clay in my head already.
Right?
But he's not the only reason I became a Tar Heel fan. I fell in love with
James Worthy. James Worthy.
Sam Perkins, you can't forget. Kenny the Jet Smith, you can't forget.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my favorite centers played at North Carolina. Brad Daugherty.
You have a few basketball meccas when it comes to college basketball. UConn is becoming one, and probably has already become one already. UNC is definitely one. Georgetown's one. Indiana has been one for a while.
University of Houston.
Duke. University of Houston.
Yep. Duke is there. Arizona is there. It's
one that has been one, but has not gotten a lot of love has been NC State.
NC State.
So there's a couple of basketball meccas, but we all know UNC is one of them big ones.
Yeah. North Carolina is one of the big ones, and they get Ole Miss at 4:05 today. And 1:30, Iowa State at – oh, no, they play tomorrow. Ole Miss and North Carolina play tomorrow. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go to the East region. Mount St. Mary's at 16 faces the top seed Duke Blue Devils.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Those are tomorrow. Man, I'm all over the place. All right, we are in the East region, and here are the games that are scheduled for today. 11-seeded VCU will take on 6-seeded BYU. That's at 4:05. 1:30 we'll have Montana and Wisconsin. 3:15 we'll have St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. And at 12:40 to kick off the action in the East region, it's Alabama against 15th seed Robert Morris.
I like Robert Morris too, but unfortunately it's going to be Roll Tide all day long.
Yeah, it's going to be Roll Tide all day. All right. We are now in the West region with the regionals being played in San Francisco. It is 11th-seeded Drake taking on Missouri. Missouri favored by 6.5. UNC Wilmington, the 14 seed, will take on Texas Tech. That's at 10:10 tonight. Texas Tech, a big favorite, 14.5. Here's the game I'm probably going to wind up doing tonight.
Okay.
At least keeping an eye on while I finish off the women's first four. 7th seed Kansas and 10th seed Arkansas.
Razorbacks, Jayhawks.
Yep.
Ooh, that's a good one.
You know, I know my bracket's going to be blown up by the time the regionals get there.
If it hasn't been blown up already, man.
It hasn't been blown up already. Correct. If it hasn't been blown up already. You know what? Kansas is favored by 5.5 in that game. I think Arkansas is going to run them out the building.
You think so? You think Arkansas is just going to run away with this?
I think Arkansas is going to run them out the building. It'll take a while.
Right.
Because they are there. There's a mecca for you. Kansas.
Yes, that's
Kansas
true.
Jayhawks.
Yes, that's true.
They will those two will tangle at 7:10 tonight. And then second seeded St. John's will take on Omaha at 9:45 this evening. All right. Now we are in the Midwest region. And the top seed is Houston. They'll get SIU Edwardsville today at 2:00. Good luck to my buddy Joe Pott and the SIUE Cougars. We had Joe Pott on Tuesday, and he is over the moon excited because he's been there 17 years, and for the first time, he's dancing.
Yep.
Winner of that game gets Gonzaga and Georgia in the Battle of the Bulldogs. Gonzaga is favored by 6.5.
Ooh. Yeah, I take that.
I'll take that. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Clemson and McNeese State. I love you, Joe Dumars, but Clemson's going to run all over them. Clemson's favored by 7.5. They tip off at 3:15 today. Then you have Purdue and High Point. And congrats to the Panthers of High Point down in High Point, North Carolina. Both the men's and the women's teams made the tournament. The women's team is in the first four, a game that I will cover tonight. And High Point, the 13th seed, will take on 4th seeded Purdue. Purdue favored by 8.5, but I don't trust Purdue in the tournament, although I may be wrong here. Here's one game I'm going to look at for tomorrow. 11th seeded Xavier, coming off of a first four win, will get a well-rested Fighting Illini squad. Illinois is favored by 3.5. And I know I lean toward Illinois on this one.
I'm taking that. I'm taking it.
I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll put some cheese down on that. 3rd seeded Kentucky. We're doing tomorrow's matchups. 3rd seeded Kentucky will be face 14th seeded Troy. UCLA and Utah State is tonight at 9:25. Tennessee and Wofford. I feel so sorry for the Wofford Terriers.
Yeah.
They go tonight at 6:50. And those are your matchups for today. Did y'all make your picks? Tell me in the chat if you did. Tell us in the chat if you did. If you
haven't,
and if you haven't, you better seal them up now if you're in a tournament challenge like I am.
And if you haven't, you need to go to BetUS.
Yes. Make your picks through betus.com. Betus.com, where the game begins. Is that what we're looking for? I'm getting the hang of this flying solo stuff.
We ain't flying solo no more. We got some NBA stuffs to get through. I want to get these scores real quick on the day.
Oh, you do, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Is it that time?
It's that time.
It's that time for the NBA scores.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my friend. Since Victor wants to do the NBA scores, I say take it away.
All right, we start off with the Mavericks falling to the Indiana Pacers, and get this score: 135 to 131. The Rockets beat the Magic 116 to 108. The Pistons over the Heat 116 to 113. The Spurs in a thriller knocked down the Nets 120 to 105. The 76ers fall to the OKC Thunder 133 to 100. The New Orleans Pelicans beat the Timberwolves 119 to 115. The Utah Jazz beat the Wizards 128 to 112. The Bulls lose a heartbreaker to the Phoenix Suns 127 to 121.
Dang it.
The Trailblazers beat the Grizzlies 115 to 99. The Cavaliers fall to the Kings 123 to 119. And last but not least, all things, and I hate to break it to you, Stone Man, the Lakers beat the Nuggets 120 to 108. Yeah.
Oh boy.
You got some games coming up tonight. The Knicks are going to Charlotte to take on the Hornets. The Brooklyn Mets go to Indiana to take on the Pacers.
Go Pacers.
The Bulls travel to Sacktown to take on the Kings. The Raptors come to one of your favorite places to take on the Golden State Warriors. And the Milwaukee Bucks go to the Crypt Walk Center to take on the LA Lakers. Those are your games for tonight.
Not only did he say crypto, he said Crypt Walk. Let's look at the East. Eastern Conference standings look like this. Two teams have clinched a playoff berth. They would be the Cavaliers and the Celtics, and I think they'll be the last two teams standing for the Eastern Conference title.
Oh man, that's gonna be a barn burner if that's the case.
That's going the distance.
And you know what? I'm gonna say it right now. I'm tipping my hat to Cleveland. Just this once. I'm tipping my hat to Cleveland because they were not really expected to do anything, and they have become an absolute powerhouse.
56-13 is where they are. Celtics have also won 50 games. 3 through 6 go Knicks at 3, Pacers 4, Bucks 5, Pistons 6. And I think Detroit is safely ensconced in that 6th spot. And if you clinch one of the 6 spots, you get a week off while the play-in tournament happens.
That's right.
7 through 10, play-in goes 7 through 10. 7's the Hawks, 8 is the Magic. And I can't believe I'm going to say this aloud. 9 is the Bulls, and 10 is Miami.
Man, Miami fell off.
The Bulls are in the 9th spot.
The Bulls are in a nice spot. I know they like to be higher, but that's a good thing, having the Bulls be in a nice spot.
I'm going to be busy.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I want to see the Bulls really get a good shot at this one.
You know what? Stephen A. said something stupid. He said the only team the Lakers have to worry about is OKC. Wrong.
Look, when it's Stephen A. something stupid, it's a day that ends in Y. So,
yeah,
we
only
know.
team the Lakers have to worry about is OKC. Wrong.
No.
Wrong.
No. You mean in the East?
In the West.
In the West. No,
the only team the Lakers said the Lakers. He said the Lakers. The only team the Lakers have to worry about is OKC.
You have Phoenix that can still make a run. You have Phoenix to make a run. Denver's still on top. It's on top. Of course, you got the Warriors coming in like a house of fire.
The
Kings and then the C's at either.
Yeah, you mentioned all playoff teams. Let's look at the Western Conference. Top 6 from 1 to 6. OKC at 1. They have clinched the division and a playoff spot. Rockets at 2. Lakers at 3. Nuggets at 4. Grizzlies at 5. And Dub Nation at 6. there's 3.5 games separating the Lakers and the Warriors in the standings.
Right.
I think they can make that up.
I think so too.
I think they can make that up. There's 4.5 games separating Golden State and now second-seeded Houston. And I think the Rockets, if Shane remind me correctly, I think the Rockets see the Warriors a couple times.
Let's take a look at the Warriors next couple of games.
They got Toronto tonight.
Right. Games. They got Toronto tonight. Yes, they do. That's a 9 p.m. tip for me. Then they go to Atlanta to take on the Hawks.
And then they go to Miami.
Yep.
In fact, it's a 5-game trip, and they can make a lot of head with the team.
They basically stay in the south. They basically stay in the southeast because they go to Atlanta, they go to Miami, they go to NOLA, then they make the trip back west to take on the Spurs on the 30th.
And me and Bill are going to talk about that one.
And then on April Fool's Day, they take on the biggest of April Fools, the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm kidding.
Now, this stretch of 6 games before they see the Lakers on Thursday night, April 3rd, I'm going to say 4-2 on this stretch.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to say 4-2 on this stretch.
Yeah, I do too.
But there is, given how hot the Warriors are right now, they've won 9 of 10. They could easily sweep that 6-game stretch.
They could. Because I guess I can see them taking down the Raptors. I see them taking the Hawks. The Heat may give them trouble.
Yeah. Miami's always giving the Warriors trouble.
They'll take New Orleans, no problem. They're going to have a hell of a time against San Antonio.
Oh, they're going to have a hell of a time against San Antonio and Memphis.
Exactly.
Now, Steve Kerr is very proud of his team, and he should be, because they beat Milwaukee on Tuesday, 104-93, and they did it without Stephen Curry.
Yeah, because now, and it's the thing we've always said, is that they always have backups. So you don't have to just worry about, picking up a super team, because you have the backups doing well too.
Yeah.
And the addition to Jimmy Butler has been paying dividends.
Big time. He had 24 last night. Second straight game he has led the team in scoring. He also picked up 10 assists, so he had a double-double.
And Jimmy has a bit of a jump shot too.
Oh yeah.
So you might make him an honorary splash brother as well, if you're not careful.
Yeah, because he will kill you with that shot. If you're not careful. They get Toronto tonight, and then they go to Atlanta on Saturday night. That's a 7 p.m. Eastern time tip, and we'll have it for you on Snowman Sportsnet. So get ready, folks. The stretch is coming.
Stretch is coming.
They see the Lakers on the 3rd. They see Denver the next night at home in San Francisco. They also welcome Houston on Sunday the 6th, and then they go to Phoenix. Then they host San Antonio, go to Portland, and then they finish up with the Clippers on April 13th.
Those next 2 games, the 3rd and the 4th, that's going to be their statement games for the playoffs, because you're taking on your rivals in the Lakers, and they're taking on the guys who were the champs 2 years ago in the Nuggets.
But then you also got to see Houston 2 days later.
You got to see Houston 2 days later.
Then you got to go to Phoenix.
You got to take on KD and the Suns.
And then you get the Spurs, and I feel so sorry for the Spurs because they lost not only Wemby but De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox had season-ending surgery.
Yeah, I think the Spurs right now are just playing for next year because of the injuries that hit them so in the worst possible time at the very end.
Yeah,
when everyone's ready to make their playoff pushes.
And remember, they also played this season without Greg Popovich, who suffered a heart attack.
Heart attack, yes,
early in the year.
Yeah,
and decided, you know what? Let me heal up and get well.
Yeah. I think everyone needs to heal up. Play for pride. Play for next year though, because right now they're just too hurt to make a really big playoff push.
Yeah. Unfortunately, San Antonio's year is done. They go to Portland next. They've been eliminated, and then they see the Clippers on Sunday, April 13th at 3:30. You know, given how the Warriors started the season 12-3, then they lose 5 straight to go to 12-8. They split the next 3. They go 14-9, and then the hole opened up.
Right.
Below 500 and 500 ball.
And basically at that point, many people were writing the Warriors off.
Yep. When they lost to Dallas 111-107, and that's the first loss they had with Jimmy Butler in tow.
Right.
They win at Houston, at Sacramento, pulverized Dallas.
Yeah.
And that's a game we did here on the network.
Yep.
They blew out Charlotte. They beat Orlando with Curry going for 56.
Has he hit 60 before?
Yes.
He has. Okay.
He has.
I was going to ask, has he hit 60 before? Because he flirted with 60.
He this was 2021. Not only did he flirt with 60, he got 60 on a 3 and wound up with 62 points.
Wow.
And they still don't give him the love and the adulation they deserve.
Well, we'll get to that because I get muses at my own because we asked about that last week. I was in the office.
We did.
And I got some stuff to say about that. And
since Jimmy Butler has arrived, the only losses have been to Dallas, Philadelphia, and Denver.
Yeah, which Denver you were expecting was gonna tag you.
And the Warriors said 11 games above 500. No one expected that.
No,
I'll guarantee you, no one expected that.
Not at all. Not at all.
I thought the Warriors were going to fall flat on their face after the mediocre play started. And I'm one to criticize my team. They were playing very mediocre. They were losing games they weren't supposed to lose. But now, they're rolling right now. They're 11 games above 500. They're flirting with a 50-win season, which no one thought would happen.
And again, you got this 6-game stretch, which are very winnable games. In fact, they could run the table. They could run all these games.
This is a key stretch for the Golden State Warriors. We'll pause for a break. When we come back, Victor has some musings about why there is no love for Stephen Curry. We talked about it last week while he was in the office, and now he's ready to unload. That's next in a Deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family. So the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
So I had a calamity happen while y'all were on break.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know that big cup of coffee I had?
Did you spill?
Yep.
Oops.
Yep. So I'm glad you're taking the floor next. While I get my station reorganized.
Okay.
Folks, I bring to you the random musings of and while you guys see me moving around, it's all yours.
All right. So, a question was posed. When are we going to give Steph Curry the respect that he deserves, so richly deserves, by the way? And I'm going to say, never. And someone is walking with a big grin on his face. That's
Good morning, fellas.
That's my brother.
Good morning.
God. Droid, what's going on, man?
Not much. I can't be on here for long. I got a shift in 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm. That's all good.
So I was hoping I can get my 15 to talk and then get on out of here.
Okay. Okay.
All right, you guys take the floor. I have a mess to clean up.
All right.
Victor, go.
All right. So last week we were talking about when is Steph Curry going to get his respect?
In this day and age, never.
I agree with you. I just
you got too many LeBronians. You got too many people who are all on AD and D Wade. You got too many people who are talking about Paul George, and nobody's gonna mention Steph Curry until he's into Hall of Fame. That's just how it's gonna be. And once people realize that, I think it's gonna be a lot easier to understand that people will diminish his legacy until he is legist.
Yeah, and it's so sad because when Snowman sent me that clip of the shot against Brooklyn, I don't know if you can find a cleaner shot. It's been a while since I've seen a shot.
You can't. But here's the thing: people are going to be like, "Oh, it was against Brooklyn. It don't mean much. Oh, it was against a team like the Nets. Nobody's going to care." And that's the problem. People just base it off the teams it's against, not the fact of the shot.
This is why I'm so glad you came on this time, because someone is vibing with me real quick. We are basically saying the exact same thing. Because when I posted that video in Discord, I said, I don't think you can find someone who has a cleaner shot than Steph right now. Immediately, like within 10.5 seconds, it would be better if LeBron did it.
Oh, Lord. Listen, okay, I will give LeBron his credit. He's had some clean shots, but recently this year.
Bloody hell out of here with that.
Listen, I'll give LeBron his credit. If he never left Cleveland, I would give him his flowers every day of the week. If he stayed in Cleveland, stayed through the struggles, and never left Cleveland. But since he left Cleveland to champion chase in Miami and the champion chase back in Cleveland, I can't give him his flowers. But this year, he sucks. He just sucks. That's just as simple as it is. You can't word it any different.
How do you say a snowman? LeBron James has been pure, unadulterated trash.
Unadulterated, unmonitored, and unsavvy trash.
Yes. This is why I went off on him yesterday. But the thing is that Steph Curry has shown that not only can he do it, he could do it consistently, and he does it like he owns that shot. He owns the shots that he makes. And you can tell when someone is not afraid to shoot the ball. Steph has it. And it's going to get to a point where, like you said, once he's in the Hall of Fame, once he's done, people are like, man, remember how good Steph Curry was? Man, Steph Curry was amazing. You should be doing this now. You should be doing this now. But
I think people are caught up too much in the was and not focusing on the now. Because they look back at 2016 Curry, the unstoppable Curry, the Curry that nobody could compete with.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh, yeah, Curry was good, back in 2016. He's still good now. But people are blinded by the new generation. They're blinded by the fact that the old generation is looking good again. And then they forget Curry exists.
Yeah, they're basically blinded by the Brown boys are always going to be blinded. That's just how they are. But you got the Hard Knights, you got the ADs, you got the Kyrie lovers, you got the MB boys. You got all these different groups who are all picking on other individuals, and it's like they don't look at the Warriors. They look at the Warriors the way the early generation looked at the Spurs, that they're not exciting. That they're playing.
Listen, if you want an exciting team, I'll give it to you. The Rockets are exciting, but you can't write off the Warriors. They are currently in the playoffs. They're not even too many games back of the Lakers. So calling them a non-exciting team, Stephen A., I'm calling you out. You live on air right now. The Golden State Warriors are still an exciting team. You got some great guys over there like Steph Curry, Draymond. You got Jimmy Buckets over there now, who's been making amazing impact.
Yes.
I am going to say you can't keep writing them off like this. And if you do keep writing them off, then you lose your basketball credibility.
Yeah.
Don't forget, they made a sneaky signing during the summer when they grabbed Buddy Hield.
Right.
Buddy Hield, that's another one. Andrew Wiggins, another one that's been popping off, a former Jayhawk there.
And you know something? Buddy Hield was a sneaky signing for the Warriors. And I'll explain why real quick. He was expected to go to the Lakers. He was expected to sign with the Lakers, but Steve Kerr snatched him from under LeBron's nose.
He sniped him, yeah.
And it has gotten under Bron to this moment.
The problem is that this is almost all run through media. How much media coverage do the Warriors really get compared to all other teams?
Unless you live on the West Coast, you're not going to get that much coverage. Or unless you're in the Snowman Sportsnet, you're not going to get that.
Live on the air right now is Stephen A. and their crew, and they're talking about how AD really wasn't a fit for the Lakers. That's the only West team they're talking about right now is the Lakers. And I'll admit, Luka's an amazing fit. Don't get me wrong. He's fitting in amazing with AR-15. LeBron's starting to play okay. He's not playing as trash as he was earlier in the season. The team is looking all well-rounded. But
right now,
again, Jimmy Butler's getting back to his form. You got Andrew Wiggins still dumping down threes like it's nothing, and Curry doing the same thing. And Draymond's finally being disciplined. So, with that being said, you can't keep just talking about the Lakers. You still got the Rockets. You still got the Warriors. You still got OKC, who's doing amazing. The more you keep writing off these teams, it just makes you look stupid.
It makes you look
and I hope
not professional.
I hope the West Final will be what I predicted: Warriors and Rockets, just to shut them up,
just to humble the pundits.
Yes. And the thing is, listen, the reason the Rockets are being written off so much, and this is kind of going off topic from Curry, but let me just make this real quick. The reason people are writing off the Rockets so much is because people don't trust Fred VanVleet, except Rockets fans.
Right.
The undrafted man from Wichita State. Nobody's trusting him except Rockets fans and Rockets fans only. I think this is the same thing with the Warriors and Curry. That's how I'm trying to connect this. It's the same thing with the Warriors and Curry. People don't trust Curry right now, while Warriors fans and true NBA fans do.
Yep.
True NBA fans and true NBA followers know that the Warriors are the most dangerous team right now. The Rockets are sitting at the 2 seed, and they will they have time enough to overtake OKC? Probably not. But the Rockets, not the Lakers, but the Rockets are sitting at the 2 seed.
Which means that they will play a play-in team by the end of the play-ins, and I think it's a 2-7 matchup.
Mm-hmm. It'll be a 2-7.
I have asked people, who do they have in the West Finals right now at my office?
Listen, okay, I'm gonna say this: the Lakers are making it past the first round, whether you like to say it or not. And I don't want you to interrupt me on this, Snowman. You got to look at Luka. You got to look at AR-15. They're both looking amazing, and just ignore LeBron from the picture right now.
Absolutely.
You can argue for that.
But here's the thing: the Warriors. I hope that the case is that the Warriors and the Lakers face off in the first round, so that the Warriors can eliminate them in the first round. But are the NBA going to let that happen? No.
Who
are they probably going to play? Probably the Bulls.
Listen, let me say this: the NBA is so pissed off at the Warriors right now because they're making a run, and they every member of the media buried them when they were 2 games below 500. They buried them.
I had people. Right now, I said if it happened now, who would be your West Finals? Everyone at my office, almost everyone in my office, said Denver and the Lakers. That's the only teams that they saw. I'm like, so you're not putting up Golden State? You're not bringing up the Rockets? They laughed.
Listen, okay, Denver's an amazing team. Joker will always be in my good graces. He's an amazing player, an amazing center. But when you just got Joker and you got a barely functioning Russell Westbrook, there's barely anything you can do with that. So I can't see Denver making it past round 2, but I see them making it past round 1 with ease. Maybe they make it to the West Final. I don't know. It really depends on their second round matchup. Do they face the Rockets? Do they face OKC? Do they face the Warriors? Do they even face the Lakers in the second round? That's the whole point. It's all these NBA playoff talk. It's all of a who was who done it. It's like who's gonna play who in what round. Because again, our West Finals pick is Rockets Warriors, but who knows? They might play each other in the first round.
That's true.
Or they may see each other in the conference semifinals, like they did in 2019. We don't know. There's still 15 games yet to be played.
There's a lot.
And I think the people are forgetting that the NBA season is kind of like the MLB season. You can be under 500 1 week, and in the span of 2 weeks, you're over 500.
Well over 500.
Yeah. And the thing is, people also forget that the NHL and the NBA have the same length of schedule.
Right.
The NHL has 82 games. The NBA has 82 games. The only sport in America that goes over that 82 games is the MLB with 164.
Yep.
That's the only one. And yet still, in the span of 2 weeks, you could be over 500. Just look at the Montreal Canadiens in the NHL. They were under 500. They found their footing, got their 2 goaltender duo and Sam Montembeault and Jakob Dobesch, and now they're looking at a playoff spot.
Yep.
But the Warriors found, as soon as the Warriors got Jimmy buckets, they started to find their form again.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's entirely the fact that it was Jimmy Butler, but I think Jimmy Butler definitely played a part in the leadership of that Warriors team.
Yeah, I
You
think
just said that's a great point. That is a great point.
Jimmy Butler found a tag team partner. He didn't have that in Miami. He didn't have someone that he could lean on, and they could lean on him.
He never had a tag team partner like you said.
Now he's got Steph, he's got Draymond, he's got Wiggins, he's got a squad that has his back.
He has a 7-foot shooting center named Quentin Post. He's got Moses Moody, Guy Santos. They have the pieces together.
Yeah, pieces
right
together.
now.
And Jimmy shows that he can be coachable, because that's what I heard when he left Miami. Is that he's not coachable.
Listen, they said the same thing when he left the Wolves, and they said the same thing when he left the Bulls. They're gonna keep saying it as long as he keeps moving, all right?
But
people forget that at one point Jimmy Butler was a Bull.
Jimmy Butler was drafted by the Bulls.
I remember he was drafted by the Bulls. He was good there too.
Listen, Jimmy Butler kind of fitted basically everywhere he went. Because remember, he was the single reason, including Bam Adebayo, why the Miami Heat went to that finals against the Celtics and went to that conference finals against the Celtics, and they got smacked. Listen, those 2 players are the only reason. And then the only reason that he even went to the finals in the past was because of D Wade. It wasn't because of LeBron. It was because of D Wade.
Correct.
Just like how we say Debo, D Wade. Who? Correct. D Wade.
Yeah. I mean, hell, you could say that Bosh was more of an effective piece in the main.
Chris Bosh was a maniac with the Heat. Yes. Honestly. He was always a different person on and off the court. You know, on the court, he's a demon. He don't care who you are or who your family is. They go on bye-bye. While off the court, he's like one of the nicest people you can meet.
Gentle giant. Gentle giant, yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with Dirk Nowitzki, which, by the way, the Mavericks Mafia is suffering because Dirk Nowitzki went to Luka's debut with the Lakers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the Mavs legend that led the Mavs to a title, went to see Luka play with the Lakers.
I don't mind that at all because he shows support to even the person who's not there anymore.
The thing is, you got to realize how big of an L that is for the Mavericks. Not only did they make like a rap video and try to edit out Luka without anybody noticing,
bro.
But then after Luka got traded, here's the string of events. They traded another really good looking player. AD got hurt. Kyrie got hurt. And Clay is not looking to stay in Dallas. So you got that in the span of 2 weeks.
Yep. Clay wants out.
This was the most goofy move I've ever seen a basketball team do, besides what Cleveland did when LeBron left the whole.
Victor, listen, it's the goofiest string of events in NBA history. Okay, I'm just gonna say that it's one of the goofiest strings of events I've seen in NBA history since the Kobe era.
You have Klay Thompson. Here, think about this. You had Klay Thompson go from the Warriors to the Mavs
because he was championship hunting.
What did Golden State do when he came back?
Oh, they showed him all the love in the world.
They gave him a standing
ovation.
And guess what? He never left the videos, the highlight videos that the Warriors made.
Exactly.
But that's just my 2 cents. All right, I gotta go to work. I love you all. Yeah. I love you both.
All right,
love you, Droid. Thanks for stopping by, man.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
I can't find no lies with what Droid argued.
There are none. This
There are none.
This is the goofiest move I've ever seen from the Dallas Mavericks. You then tried to sit there and try to block out everything about Luka.
You can't.
You just got a star piece from Golden State, and then when he goes to Golden State, they show him all the love in the world to give him a standing ovation, and you don't even have the class enough to do that yourself. And now you're mad that Dirk Nowitzki is showing love to a brother in the same ball club that he shared. The Mavericks have become trash. This was a move that was straight from the playbook of the moronic Republic of Cowboys Nation.
Can you say that again, please?
This was a move straight out the playbook of the moronic Republic of Cowboys Nation. This is exactly how the moronic Republic reacts.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and by the way, the first trip back for Klay Thompson to Golden State, to San Francisco, the Warriors won that. Why? Yeah. His name is Stephen Curry.
Exactly. And at no point was there any type of animosity between the two.
Look.
Anyway, he came on the floor. He gave him a hug.
Yes. And gave him a hug after the game.
Yes.
I don't know.
My thing, I'll wrap it up with this.
I'll say Dallas Mavericks.
You fool!
Los Angeles Lakers.
You fool! The thing is, the reason why I said that I don't think Steph Curry will ever get the adulation that he so richly deserves is because we are still, after 20 plus years, we are still forced to stay stuck on the LeBron James joystick.
Not I, says me.
And it is getting ridiculous.
And worse.
Okay? He's a hell of an athlete, hell of a talent. Pretty good guy. I'm not gonna knock him. Like I said, one of the youngest guys coming to a large sum of money, that $95 million contract he got with Nike at 18 years old. Didn't hear a lot of controversy with him at that time.
Right.
Just shows a young black man from a single parent home can make it, can't come to money, and not act a doggone fool.
Mm-hmm.
But if his game is coming up short, it is nothing wrong with saying his game is coming up short. And it's also not a crime to acknowledge other individuals that are doing exceptionally well, like a Steph Curry. For someone to sit there and watch that shot over Brooklyn and say, well, it would have been better if it was LeBron. LeBron would have done it better. Like, really?
No, he wouldn't have.
I don't think LeBron would have made that shot. But even if he did, it's still a good shot.
First of all, he tries that shot, it would have been woefully short.
Even if he makes it, I still give him props. It's a good shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a great shot. But to say, well, if so-and-so made it been better. Like, no one says that, the chase down blocks, there was like Jordan did it better. No, because it's a chase down block.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it's an impressive move.
Doesn't matter who does it.
Exactly. It's just upsetting because Steph Curry is showing why he should be praised and why he should be appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
And no one does it, especially not in the media.
And those are the random musings of All right. Gotta take a break. I gotta find the keyboard.
Yeah.
I know where one is.
All right.
Thank God it's wireless. After we come back, more stuff for you. Second hour of Snowman in the Morning. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E-Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code SNOWMAN, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit SnowmanMultimediaSports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to SnowmanMultimediaSports.com/Fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, my mother told me there'd be days like this.
Uh-oh.
We're back. My wife's awake. She asked me to wake her up at noon. It's the second hour of Snowman in the morning. We got Mike Drop Moran coming at the bottom of the hour.
Hey.
I've asked this question often of my friends and family. Did you ever have one of those days?
Yeah. That's every day.
Well, I'm in the midst of having one right now, and I don't like it.
Uh-oh.
Well, in case y'all don't know, let me recap it for you. We're getting ready to talk about why Steph Curry is not getting the love he deserves. And then my coffee went kablooey. So, I have to find another keyboard. Found one. Don't have any batteries.
Oh.
So, yeah, that's where I stand right now. Oh, there we go. That's where we stand right now. The NCAA is getting ready to kick off their March Madness. There we go.
Officially.
As I said at the top of the show, I didn't like the first four when they introduced the concept.
Mm-hmm.
I do now.
You like it now?
I do now. I mean, VCU going from first four to final four.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Okay.
Alabama State. This has not been my day. Hold on a second, folks. Okay. There we go. All right. Now I believe we're back in business.
Okay.
And while we're talking about business,
the
Chicago Bears.
I thought we were talking about business, not clownery.
Okay, I can agree with that. They are trying so hard to revamp their team, man.
You got to start from the ground up. And look, I'm not going to throw any shade anymore at Miss McCaskey because she has passed on.
Yeah.
So we're going to let that go.
Yep.
But whoever's in charge is now on you to make this a reputable football team again. No more of this BS.
Mm-hmm. No more of this grade A homogenized Holstein BS.
It's become incredibly difficult to watch this team on a weekend basis, which I have to because I'm here in Chicago. So all we get is mostly Chicago Bears.
I'm sorry.
It's getting incredibly difficult to watch this team play and struggle all the time. You are now on what? In the span of 3 years, you're now on your what? Third or second first round quarterback? 1 year, 2 year quarterback?
Mm-hmm. 2 at the most is what I give him.
Because Justin Fields was here for what, 2 years?
3.
drafted here, and it looked horrendous because of no O-line.
Looked awful. And you just said the reason, no offensive line.
This is Caleb's first year.
And he took a beating.
And he took a massive beating. Because, again, no O-line.
As you often say, brother, he took a beating.
You got DeAndre Swift for a steal from the Eagles.
And you don't use him.
And you don't use him. Meanwhile, the Eagles got a steal in Saquon Barkley from the Giants.
And they are the defending Super Bowl champions.
I'm sorry, Wise.
Oh, you know it's hitting him hard.
Oh, he's mad. He's mad today.
He's mad. And he'll forever be mad until his Giants beat the Philadelphia Eagles.
And Daniel Jones.
Oh, God. And to think I gave this kid props before he got drafted, because I saw him play in a game against Northern Illinois and Detroit, Michigan in the Quick Lane Bowl.
Right.
Yes, to all you haters, I've covered a couple of bowl games in my lifetime.
Okay, so what are the Bears supposed to do? So we're talking about the Bears. What are the Bears supposed to do now?
Rebuild the offensive line.
No, that's academic. What are they going to do?
Nothing.
You're going to have to get a new owner because, unfortunately, Miss McCaskey's passed on.
Mm-hmm.
You need some new people in the front office. GM.
Yep.
Officer of football operations, whatever you call it.
You need a director of football operations, a football person to be a director of football operations, not some wannabe agent. And oh man, his name escaped me. I'm talking to you, Rob Pelinka.
Rob Pelinka, okay.
Not a wannabe agent that's helping to run your team. I'm looking at you, Rob Pelinka.
You got a new head coach.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what do you do?
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You ended your season on a high.
You did. You did.
You beat Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. That's always a high for Bear fans.
But your biggest rival in the NFC North went to an NFC Championship game.
Yep.
Heck, the Vikings went to the playoffs.
The freaking Vikings. The Vikings.
Like, is that all that makes you happy? Is it to beat Green Bay in a meaningless game? Again, like I said, great for you because you've been getting your tail kicked by Green Bay for so long. But does it mean anything in the grand scheme of things? No. It's time for the real Bear fans to get in and say, look, we need y'all to play like y'all got some sense. We need the team to act like you have some sense.
Yes, Lord.
That's just my thoughts, though.
Yes, Lord.
See, I don't want to talk about the Bears that much. They made me mad. Clown.
What about them there? Then I'm going to really make you mad when I say this. And I finally got situated here. How about them there Cowboys?
Oh, God.
I'm making you mad for a reason because you're at home.
I'm on strike talking about them.
Why?
So at least the Bears got someone as a coach that's a little bit reputable.
True.
Free agency is almost done.
Uh-huh.
We've seen everybody make all these big moves. The Cincinnati Bengals just paid their two wide receivers buku bucks.
Yep. And each got a 4-year extension.
Okay. The Niners unfortunately lost Deebo Samuel, but he goes to Washington.
That's a great fit.
Which makes the Commanders even better.
That's a great fit for Deebo.
It is. It is.
A wonderful fit for Deebo Samuel. I'm a Deebo Samuel fan, and I have since my 49ers drafted him. Am I sad that we lost Deebo?
Yes, of course.
But I love Deebo Samuel. And to make him another weapon for a real up-and-coming quarterback in Jaden Daniels, and plus I'm a Redskins fan, I'm fine.
All these moves. And yet, what have the Cowboys done?
Not a damn thing.
Since the end of the Super Bowl, what have the Cowboys done?
Not a damn thing.
They hired Ryan Schottenheimer. That's our golden moment in this offseason. We hired Ryan Schottenheimer.
Of all things.
That's what everyone else. Oh, we got this player. We got the player. What'd you guys do, Cowboys? We got Ryan Schottenheimer. Like, where's the sense of urgency? Where is the sense of urgency?
There ain't none.
We cannot keep just relying solely on the draft. Which is what I'm certain they're going to do. They're going to try and go all in on the draft. We're going to go all in on the draft. We're going to try and get all these new players on the draft. Not even think about, hey, let's shore up our defense.
You know, and with the signings, the Bears have made some free agent signings. All right, don't get it twisted. They have, but are they really going to work in Chicago? You won't get a real answer on a return on investment until the season begins.
Right. We won't know until week 1.
Nope.
We won't know until week 1.
Guess who just walked by me?
Oh, Dr. K?
Uh-huh. And you know what she said? She said, no.
It's just,
you know what? There's another team we need to talk about, and that's the Indianapolis Colts.
How has Dr. K been dealing with the news of Daniel Jones now being a Colt?
You mean before or after she screamed her brains out and cussed her brains out?
After. I know that originally it was a cussing fit.
All she said was they better get it right.
They got to get it right. They don't have a choice.
That's all. That's all she said.
They got to get it right.
They have to.
Because now it can't just be on the quarterback anymore. I mean, it's going to be because it's Daniel Jones, but it can't always be on the quarterback. Yeah, AR5, and you didn't really do much with him.
Yeah.
You had JT. And you refused to give it to him. How many times?
Kept pissing me off. All right, let me just say that. I did 17 Colts games last year.
Yes, you did.
I did all 17 games. And what's the one common denominator that kept pissing me off every time I did a Colts game?
They would not.
They would not run Jonathan Taylor.
Man, we knew how angry you would get because you would get so mad. You're so disgusted watching this game.
Yes.
Because they would
If you think I was disgusted, you should have heard Dr. K.
Oh, I'm certain. Oh my God, we cannot air Dr. K segments on the airwaves. Too much cussing. Way too much cussing.
When you hear a voice in your house go, "Oh, come on, are you bleeping kidding me?"
Exactly.
You know you're married to a Colts fan,
right? It's like, come on, like the teams are on wall.
If you hear, you're throwing it to the wrong team
again.
You might be married to a Colts fan.
Oh boy.
If you hear, and this is one on me. If you hear, "Mister, you're not calling the games right."
Yep. You might be married to a Colts fan. Not you might be. You are married to a Colts fan.
I am married. I am wonderfully married to a Colts fan. because she gives me as much mess about my team as I do hers.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the bad part about it.
Mm-hmm.
The game we did with the Colts against Denver.
Yeah.
Where Jonathan Taylor Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. Take 3. Jonathan Taylor.
Take 4.
Take 4.
When Jonathan Taylor
Jonathan Taylor. Okay.
Fumbles the ball out of the end zone.
Yeah. And that happened.
Killed their season.
That happened, what, 3 different times this season?
Mm-hmm.
Not just about the Colts, but I'm talking about like the entire league. I think that happened 3 different times.
Taylor fumbled before he got in the end zone. Somebody from the Jets did it.
Yep.
I forgot the other time. But
I think it was Carolina.
I think so. I think it was.
I think it was Carolina.
I think it was Carolina. But all that. Y'all don't want to hear how my wife cussed after that Broncos game.
Right.
And speaking of Dr. K,
mm-hmm.
One of my favorite reactions from her to a Colts game,
mm-hmm.
and I believe they were playing the Bears.
Yeah.
I believe they were playing the Bears at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis.
Right.
When AR5 tosses an interception,
uh-oh.
Her next sentence to me was, "Oh, to hell with this. I'm going to take a nap." I couldn't.
You had to call the game.
I wanted to, but I couldn't. When your wife says, "Oh, to hell with this. I'm going to take a nap," usually
mm-hmm.
you follow suit. I could not.
Right.
She comes back out after taking a nap. Now they're in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
And her response was, "Oh, they're winning now."
Yes. They're winning now.
I kept telling myself, don't laugh.
Please don't laugh. Please don't laugh.
You're on the air. Don't laugh.
You're like, please don't laugh. Please don't laugh. Please
I go
don't
to
laugh.
a break and I go to a break and I fall out.
And you lose it. You went to a break
and
you
lost
it. And you lost it. Trust me. I understand.
The composure I lost. Sorry, I lost it.
I lost it. And the titles I lost.
I ain't sorry LeBron lost them.
Who is?
No.
Sorry about that.
No one's sorry about that. No, I sure ain't. Now, the first year I started streaming Colts games, of course, I always was covering 49er games.
Yeah.
How many times have you seen Dr. K bring me dinner?
Every time. Every time.
At the end last year, 2 years ago, at the end of the 49ers Cardinals game, she brings me dinner. I'm getting ready to gorge. And she goes, "Finish calling the damn game."
Yeah.
I lost it the first time.
See, the only game I actually had fun calling besides the Super Bowl was probably Cowboys and Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also I like the I did call, what was it?
You had one the few times you joined me for 49er games.
Yeah, 49er games. The Bears game with the Packers was a good one.
Mm-hmm. You had fun with that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed that one. This guy kept saying touchdown, touchdown Bears.
Jeff Joniak.
Catchphrase.
You gotta remember, guys. When I used to live with my dad, we would watch the Bears game, but we would mute the TV and put on the radio call. And have I'm
the king of that. Thank you, Jim Durham.
Yep, and have Jeff Joniak talk us through it.
I've been doing that for years. Hell, one of the first weekends Jody and I were together, we did that. Turned on the television and turned on the voice of Matt Taylor.
Yep.
And Taylor's a very dear friend of mine. Speaking of very dear friends, there's one waiting for us.
Here we go.
Here's Allie. How you doing, my dear?
Hi, all. Happy first day of spring to everyone.
Cold winds of the Windy City brings us right up, Moran.
And a half-inch of snow on the ground out where I live.
Yeah.
So, I mean, isn't that just typical March?
How was the weather around you? Because it was pretty rough over here.
It sure was. It was definitely rough. I was actually in Michigan yesterday, and my mother and I were driving through the storm, through the hail, through all of the rain. We were watching for activity. Hearts out to the people in Gary who had so much of a problem, and I don't know if they determined whether it was an EF1 or EF2 or whatever, but it looked awful, and we were there 30 minutes before it started in Gary, so it was tough
because we had got sirens over here around like 5:30.
And Victor texted me about an hour and a half later, said, "Be prepared, the storms are coming your way." I texted him back and I said, "We're ready." And as soon as I said that, a clap of thunder went through. The rains came. My wife got up from her office chair and said, "I'm going to bed." And I turned off my computer and I said, "I'm right behind you."
Yeah, because whether or not, rain is probably one of the best sleep weathers in the world.
Yeah, it probably is, but boy, if it carries destruction, that's not good either.
No, it's not.
So, yeah,
I gotta tell this story, and Allie, you're gonna get such a kick out of this.
Let's hear it.
Like I said, as y'all know, I do alternative play-by-play for the Indianapolis Colts. Why did Jody walk by me after the Colts scored, and before I could say a signature phrase that Matt Taylor, the voice of the Colts, uses, I hear this pretty lady walk by and go, "Touchdown, INDY." I turned and looked at her and I said, "Where'd you learn that?" She's just listening to you. Like, baby, that's not my phrase. But you were the first to say it here.
Love it.
I couldn't argue with that logic. Just like the catchphrase for Greg Papa, the 49ers is touchdown San Francisco. I yell it here. Right? And one day we're doing laundry, putting stuff away, and I looked at she gave me a 49ers shirt one year, and I looked at my 49ers shirt and I said, "I'm gonna take care of you," and she blurts out, "Touchdown San Francisco." I lost it.
And you already know what my favorite phrase. We just talked about it.
Touchdown Bears.
Touchdown Bears.
Joniak.
I'm sorry, I have to go with my favorite phrase, Jack Brickhouse. Hey! And I had to explain that to about 6 generations of people on the foul, the foul poles at Wrigley Field. It's like nobody knows who's Jack Burkhouse. Well, we've got a long 9 innings to tell you exactly what. Hey, I still remember.
Hey, I have a gift for you.
Ooh.
Fly ball beat the left back. That's it. Hey, he did it. Ernie Banks, got number 500.
Yeah, that was the exact one I was going to talk about. I kid you not. We are so simpatico, O'Brien. It's so funny because my brother and I were in, like preschool or something, and we were sitting in front of our little black and white TV set watching that day. And I wish my grandmother had been with us, but she lived in Indiana, so but we called her right afterwards because that was such a big deal.
Yeah
It was amazing.
When I lived in LaPorte, I was surrounded by Cub fans.
Yep.
Wow.
To the point where the night that they won the World Series, I'll never forget, November 3rd, 2016, I drove to Marco's Pizza nearby. The owner saw me and said, "How much do you need?" I said, enough to keep me holed up for about 3 days. He gave me 3 big ass pizzas and he said they're on the house, along with the fixins and all the extra stuff you usually get. Because when I went to Marco's, I was dropping $31 easy with their special they had.
Sure.
On the house.
If you do extra large with all the fixins, absolutely. Yeah.
I picked up some Pepsi and some beer, and I went in the house.
And then come out
closed everything, locked the doors. And a friend of mine nearby called me and said, "Why aren't you out?" I said, "Because something crazy may happen."
Right.
Sure enough, I turned on the Cubs broadcast and I was watching the World Series, and I turned on Pat Hughes, and I love listening to Pat Hughes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. When the Cubs grabbed the lead 8-6 in the 10th inning, Cleveland gets closer, make it 8-7. I'm prepared the next day to go on air and say, "Congratulations, Cleveland Indians," because I can't stand the Cleveland Indians.
No.
I can't stand the Cleveland Indians.
Well, just because they're in the same division as your White Sox.
And that's the exact reason I can't stand their asses. And I've said it for years that I do not like the Cleveland Indians. And then
I understand.
It happened. Then the last out happened. Pat Hughes is going nuts in the booth, and I'm happy for him. But there were some idiots nearby setting off fireworks.
Yep.
All night.
Everywhere. Yes.
I did not sleep that night. All night. Just when I thought I was going to fall asleep, pow!
It was a 108-year wait.
Oh, yeah. I get it. They were doing the same thing in 2005 on the South Side.
Yeah.
When I was celebrating with my dad.
Hell, I was even happy.
Right.
I loved Ozzy.
Speaking of happy, we made our picks in the women's bracket. And I picked my national champion to be Connecticut. Who's your national champion?
Who's my national champion this year? UCLA.
Oh,
yes.
I can dig that. Lauren Betts, Kiki Rice, the whole.
You want me to tell you exactly why?
Why did you pick UCLA?
Okay. First of all, they were given the number 1 overall seed. And I will tell you, every other critic, every other analyst in America are going with two teams, South Carolina and UConn.
Right.
They firmly believe that UConn will be in the Final Four again. This is Paige Becker's last hurrah. I don't disagree with any of those critics. I think they will too, because they've just caught fire. However, Lauren Betts and the Bruins, 30-2 on the season. The South Carolina had a 29-point loss to UConn. The Gamecocks, they also won over the Gamecocks. So my thought is that they are going to get to the Final Four. I can't say that it's going to be a cakewalk on any stretch of the imagination, because you got to remember that no team in the round of 68 has lost more than 2 games.
True.
So that's going to give you some indication of how challenging these rounds are going to be. And while you can assume any damn thing you want, this is March Madness. This is David versus Goliath. And occasionally David gets the slingshot and aims, fires, and hits the target. So that's
Stanford.
That's
the number 1 seed in women's basketball to be upset. The only one to be upset by is 16. Speaking of basketball, will the WNBA have its first lockout?
We might have the first lockout.
Wait,
Tell you why.
Okay.
Because the WNBA Players Association opted out of its CBA last October. And remember that? And so season is only what 2 months away.
Yeah.
And just under 2 months away. And Angel Reese on her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, said that if y'all don't give us what we want, we sitting out. And got to remember everything that happened last season. Both for the Caitlin Clark effect and simply because of all the crazy and lovely, lovely, lovely matchups. You got to remember the big spike in viewership. The league had hit numbers that it hadn't seen since the beginning. 2,353,735 people attended games. That's the highest in 22 years. An average of 657,000 fans tuned in to televised WNBA games. That's the highest in 24 years. Don't forget, we have a media rights deal worth over $2.2 billion. They signed the deal with Disney, Amazon Prime Video, and NBC Universal. And that's an 11-year deal. So you've got to remember, they got a little moolah to spend. And so now the question is, the WNBPA and the WNBA have until Halloween of 2025 to come to terms with a new CBA. However, you remember too that there are women in this league who have been taught to stand up for themselves, who have been empowered by many different movements, including you name it. It's been so drilled into their heads that you have to stand up for what you want. And they have the firepower to do it. They have all of the wonderful resources to do it. And so, to my mind, I think it's very possible that they will. They will, if you don't see progress on it, say by maybe mid-June or maybe by the All-Star break. I'm thinking it might be around then that you might see some pretty incredible movement towards a lockout.
That's crazy.
Man, oh man.
It would really hurt. It would really hurt both sides because you're just seeing, like you said, record numbers that we haven't seen since the inception with Clark, with Angel Reese, and with others. And then you have another class coming up after this March Madness,
which is going to be crazy.
It's going to be better.
Yeah,
it's going to be nuts.
The owners cannot afford a lockout here.
Speaking of WNBA, just learned this morning that when the Fever go play the Wings on July 27th, it's not being played at their usual arena. They're going to play it at the American Airlines Center.
Yes,
very nice.
Just learned that this morning. Thank you, Jay Spivey, for that piece of information.
I think pretty much you're going to see every Indiana Fever game move to the NBA arenas.
They're going to have to.
And we talked up last year the hope that the Chicago Sky games against the Fever would be moved to the United Center.
We were
guess what?
Monday
This
too.
year,
And they were. So, yeah, and we talked about it last week where you're saying 24,000 people are going to show up, which is the capacity for the United Center. And I sincerely hope you're right. I think that will happen. And I'm very excited with
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
I'm excited too. Speaking of excited, I'm excited for something the WNBA, the NWSL, I beg your pardon.
Yes.
Just had with their epic settlement. They have established a $5 million fund for survivors of emotional and physical abuse.
Yes. Yeah, this was really so important to maintain and help the individuals who have had so many issues and have had really their lives disrupted by abuse. Rory Dames, one of the former coaches of the NWSL, was named chiefly, and in that lawsuit that was finally won just within the last couple of months. And the thing that made it so important is that now with this fund, anybody in the NWSL, which also is starting up, and I'm not looking forward to the Chicago Red Stars season until Mallory Swanson gets over her personal issues and she comes back. I don't see another leader on that team, even Ludmilla. Yeah. But I'm sorry about that. But I digress. The thing is, it makes for a much healthier and happier NWSL. It makes for better players who feel empowered to speak out when abuse and either physical or emotional take place. Now, when I was covering Rory and the team, you didn't see a lot of that. No player talked about it. I will say that in the years that Rory was coach, they did not have the, every year they were a perennial bridesmaid in the championships. But I can't say that any amount of success is worth the price of someone being emotionally scarred or physically scarred for life.
And something like this actually allows players to feel heard as well.
Yes. And
there has been no speaking up until now.
Say that again?
There has been really no speaking up until now, up until recently.
It has, within the Me Too movement really did start this all. And it did expose abuses any number of places. And I've had that kind, not quite so much physical, but certainly there's been emotional abuse with some of the bosses I had, maybe, and some of the issues that we've had with our, just being a woman in a place that nobody wanted me to be, right? So there was that, but I was certainly unheard and unseen for a long time about it. It was just like, suck it up, put on your big girly panties and go. That's how, and that's how it worked. Now a new generation and everybody who comes after these very brave women can look forward to being seen and heard, as long as there are people in power who are willing to hear and to see these individuals who are trying to maintain their maximum physical and emotional prowess.
I love that fund is being started.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be in place.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah, like I say, it allows people, because unfortunately when people don't feel heard, they bottle that up aside, and then eventually it has to be released. It's something is released in very harmful ways.
Yes. Absolutely.
So
And
it allows people to actually vent frustrations and vent, their abuses. It allows them to feel heard. It allows them to feel like, like they matter.
Here's, I gotta share this. When I was going through my abusive relationship in 2015, I started a blog 2 years later called My Life in Two Bags. And I was 10 episodes in, and then I get a threat saying that I need to take those episodes down or there will be legal action against me. And it came from the ex.
Right.
It came from the ex.
Of course, when you expose wrongdoings, of course the culprit's gonna try and cover it.
Oh yeah.
I may have taken it down, but I still have the episodes.
You
ain't getting those from me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that was the next threat. She says, either you send me the episodes or I'm taking you to court. All right, come and get them. Never showed up.
Of course.
Well, there's, and didn't it feel good?
It did.
You have to be, you just honestly have to be in a situation where your mind and body are at peace again.
Yep.
And I know I've done the same thing. I talked about bullying on my Token Female blog, and I remember being unfriended by a few people, and but other people came forward and said, I didn't realize that you were being hurt. Or I'm sorry that I didn't stand up for you more. I should have, and I didn't. And I'm really sorry about that. And I know I've mentioned this on the show before, is that one of my chief abusers in grade school actually sent me a letter and said, I'm really sorry. I don't understand what caused the anger. I don't understand why it was you, but I can tell you that my 3 children are not allowed to abuse anybody. And I said, good, God-fearing man. And so it's, good things can happen, but you have to wait for it, unfortunately. But someday that day comes, and that's the day that gives you hope that stuff like that will not happen again. And you're better prepared to fight it.
Yep.
And you are now empowered to be the person that you were meant to be.
We need to separate those funds all in all leagues. And we're going to have to go because my wife is on a call right now. And I know she's going to be on a call for a little bit. But Allie, thank you for joining us as you do each and every week. I appreciate you.
All right. Appreciate you too, my brother. I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Love you.
Gonna close quietly because my wife is on a call and she's in a training. So have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope you all are too. So long, everybody.